All right, thank you for staying with us. You just joined us. You've missed out on some of the show, but not to worry. You can catch up on the rest. I have as my guest on this segment of the show, the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigeria National League Board, Bukola Olopade, and we'll be discussing the plans for the new season. So what I was asking you.
So I was saying, without wasting time, the people put together to administer the league this season was an area the NFF got right. Under the leadership of Chidi Ofo, a man that understands Nigerian African football inside out. We've since discovered that what was missing in the NNL, which was a collaboration, a peaceful collaboration between the club owners and those administering the league, is now evident that we have it. We've been able to bring together everybody. But Tony, for us, what we want to do is to strategically place the NNL just right behind the Premier League, tie our aprons to the fantastic work Shehu Diko and his team are doing there. It has taken like 4 or 5 years to build the Premier League to where it is. But that also makes it easier for us to be able to latch onto what they've achieved. Like we said yesterday to the media, and Chidi Ofo clearly stated this, the most important league in Nigeria, Tony, without argument, is the NNL. Because it is the league that midwives the amateur
and the Premier League.
And the Premier League. So when you are playing the amateur, your ambition is to play in the NNL. And when you are playing in the NNL, you are preparing to play at top flight.
Top flight football.
And that prepares you for eventually playing for the national team and eventually going abroad to be an established foreign-based player. So it is a league that must be taken very seriously. So what we are doing is to repackage the league. One of the things we've done is to register the league as a corporate entity. Again, just to have the look and feel of what the LMC has. Once we are able to rebrand, so many other things will come into play. For example, you saw what we did yesterday with the nomenclature of club sides.
The structure of clubs.
Right. It's extremely important that even club sides are branded right from their various homes and states. Even
you asked that the management of clubs to be given 4-year mandate. How workable is that, given the peculiarities of our football? Most clubs are owned by
states.
And government-owned clubs, where the government can wake up and dissolve the board and all of that.
But that is why the enforcement of these new rules must be strictly, carried out. It is not up to the states now. It is what, if FIFA mandates, all FAs must obey, right? This league has an authority given to those running it. That authority must be asserted. So I'm not worried about that. But for us to get sponsors on board, for us to get the private sector involved in this very important property, I repeat, the most important league in our footballing culture and in any footballing culture in the world. The UK has always been the reference point. And you see the nation, what is now the Division 1 in England. You see the amount of attention, the amount of sponsorship that is pouring into that league. It is simply because it is referred to as the most important league. In fact, the playoff to qualify into the Premier League is referred to as the most expensive football match in the world. And you see the activation around that particular match whenever it's coming up. We cannot undermine the power of this property, the NNL League.
What are the plans for sponsorship? How far?
A lot we've started doing.
You are just a few months old. How much work can be done between now and the beginning of the season to get a sponsor or to get partners on board?
A lot has been done. A lot. Most of the things we've done, we cannot put out there for now. But let me just say this: the NTA, the representative of the MD of NTA came out yesterday to say there was an established agreement going on between NTA and the league, and start times would be. I don't want to use me because I said it there yesterday that we take it as an amen that StarTimes is coming on board. And that is huge because your sister station, just like Channels, is seen everywhere in this country and beyond. And for us to be able to put that league on that forum, on that platform, would go a long way. Let me confess to you, there's a bank that is very, very determined to partner both the LMC and NLA on pension scheme for players. But they want to pay sponsorship to be part of that, to be able to sell their pension and manage players. And we need pensions. Right now, we need pensions for our footballers across board. Players are dying, they are not being buried.
Sunshine is a good example.
The player from Gombe, he's not been buried because there's no money to release to the family to bury the player. That is, when I heard that yesterday, that made me very sad. But guess what a pension scheme could have done? The family could have leveraged on whatever contribution would have gone into that pension scheme for his burial to have been done in a dignified manner and for other things to have been taken care of. So, yes, we have a bank talking. We have a gaming company very close to signing, but they have a caveat. Their caveat is very simple. Put the league on TV. Once we put the league on TV, we are ready to roll. We are coming to Channels to see how we can seize your Wednesday 9 o'clock program and turn it to a review program for our league. You know, if it's workable. Those are some of the initiatives that we are working on, and we'll start talking to a lot of people. We need to put the league on TV. It is a very exciting league. I know the league very well. As Commissioner for Sports in Ogun State, my team played in the league.
And they are still there.
Promotion in the Premier. Well, they are still there. I hope and pray they win promotion. But like I said to them jocularly yesterday, if what happened to Amaju Pinnick and Warri Wolves,
Aminu Megeri and Wiki Torres. Bolaji Abdullahi when he was minister with Kwara United and APS.
Exactly. That only shows the transparency with which administrators have been running football in this country. So, because I've been getting a lot of calls from Ogun State. Oh, thank God. And I'm saying, yes, I'm a proud Ogun State indigene.
But I'm not there for Ogun State.
I love Gateway, but I'm the CEO of the Nigerian National League.
I'm not there for Ogun State. I'm there for Nigeria.
Absolutely.
All right, let's wrap this up. And it's starting on the 17th.
We're excited. We're looking forward to it.
17th, okay. So what's referees indemnities, all these issues are not going to be on the clubs, or what's the plan like?
The plan is to yank it away from, we have a sponsor whose job would only be to pay referees indemnity.
Wow.
But again, until that is tidied up, I cannot start talking about it to be unprofessional for me to do that. But we already have a sponsor ready to go. Once we sign up with StarTimes and NTA, forgive me that I keep mentioning NTA your studio, and we're able to sign up with Channels, a lot of these sponsorship will come flying into the league. But I'm very excited about the referees indemnity being taken away and improved referees indemnity being taken away from the club sides, because it will only but allow for fair play in our league, and our league will be seen everywhere so that people would understand that we're not just saying this is the most important league in the country. It is extremely important. We all manage this particular league to give it the kind of integrity that it deserves.
I must say thank you to you for your time.
Thank you very much.
We wish you the best.
Can I quickly say something, Toyin?
Okay.
Amaju Pinnick has the prayers and support of every well-meaning Nigerian or Nigerians, and I totally disagree with the minister for the release I just saw. Nigeria.
What?
I just saw a release where the minister said Amaju is speaking as an individual. Amaju is speaking as the president of the Nigerian Football Federation, and Kwande said it was an executive committee agreement.
What did the minister say? The minister said Amaju was representing himself.
And he doesn't have support
at the CAF elections.
At the CAF elections, and that Nigeria is not supporting any candidate. The truth of the matter is, Nigeria must pitch a tent behind a candidate. And Ahmad Ahmad sounds nice to me, as far as I'm concerned.
But the Congress of the Nigerian Football Federation endorsed that Amaju should go for the CAF seat.
And Kwande, Honorable Kwande, confirmed that in a lot of releases today. So as far as I'm concerned, Amaju is representing. Amaju is not Amaju Pinnick.
You know, I don't want to take
I'm sorry that I brought it up, but
yeah,
you see,
because this is news to me.
yes, I just saw it before I came in now.
Yeah, because I don't want to take this kind of statements as what the minister said, because so many
I
times.
thought it was a release from the publicist.
I've not seen it.
From
But
my sister Anibeze.
I've not seen it, but
I saw it. I just read it now.
a lot of
but
times.
Let me say what I want to say.
Let me clarify one issue. A lot of times the minister is misquoted. So don't bank on somebody's statement.
Okay, so let us pretend the minister did not say it.
Because I've not seen it, and I cannot vouch for how
So
authentic.
as a major stakeholder,
because I don't see a minister say Amaju is representing himself.
I need to say this for the world to know.
Okay.
As a major stakeholder in Nigeria sports and football, I make bold to say that we are very proud of what Amaju Pinnick is doing. For a young man to take so much and take up a mini god like Issa Hayatou and the establishment of CAF makes me extremely very proud. Because in Yoruba parlance, Bawi Aoku, Baowi Aoku.
Meaning,
if we say we will die,
we don't say okay.
Why can't
so
we
whichever way,
we will die anyway.
So let's go act.
Let's act and do the right thing. I am not an ageist, so my support for Ahmad Ahmad is not because Issa Hayatou is old. I just feel there should be freshness in the system. I was doing my A-levels when Issa Hayatou emerged 29 years ago.
1988?
Yes, 29 years ago. A lot of things must come into our football. And if you think about it, Infantino is a refreshed face at FIFA. We need to do the same thing with CAF. Well, sorry that I've dragged your time.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But once again, let me clarify that I like to play the devil's advocate for the Honorable Minister. I don't think
he could have said that.
I'm not sure the Honorable Minister
I agree
will
with
say
you. So I hope he did not.
Amaju is representing himself.
So I hope he did not.
But
once again, for clarity, Amaju Pinnick, right on, we're all behind you.
We know you are supporting Amaju Pinnick. We know all of that. But I'm just repeating what you said the minister has said. I don't think the minister will say Amaju is representing himself at this point.
And I stand with you to hope that the release I just saw is not correct.
Okay, maybe at the end of the show we'll be able to see that release, and then we'll be able to put things in perspective. But I want to give the minister the benefit of the doubt. And
thank you very much.
See how things go. All right, thank you so much for your time.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, we'll go on a break now. When we return, we'll leave all these football troubles, and we'll be talking chess, and chess. Join us again.